I saw this scary Twitch
Let's just
stalker
call it
shit.
like it is. We'll be honest with each other a little heart to heart. No reason to pull any punches. There's a lot of weirdos in Twitch chat. I might even be talking about you specifically. Maybe
Chatters,
you're one of the
this guy,
goofballs I'm
this guy right now. I'm pointing. Yeah, I got
referring
you.
to. And unfortunately, today, one of these weirdos crossed a line and became a criminal. A streamer by the name of justfoxxi had her car lit on fire by an arsonist who was a stalker of hers from Twitch chat. This deranged imbecile drove 700 miles to this streamer's house to try and meet her, I suppose, and then eventually set her car on fire. Brother, I wouldn't drive 700 miles to drink from the fountain of youth. This is crazy shit. This is unhinged behavior, obviously. I believe this is a case of a parasocial, obsessed fan. At least that's the impression I get from the story because this kind of thing has unfortunately happened before in the past.
I saw this headline and I thought it was your Porsche. Yeah.
It's horrifying.
I watched him put a brick on my car, on the hood, and some pot. And he lit something sticking out of it and walked away casually, like he didn't do anything. The next clip after that was the front end of my car engulfed in flames. The firefighters came very quickly, and I'm very thankful for that because the fire spread to the fence and burnt the side of my house as well, which my mom and animals were inside of.
Now, justfoxxi does have security cameras around her house and she was able to capture the entire incident. So this was a big say cheese moment because she caught this guy in 4K for the criminal cringe compilation, and according
I mean, it's not even a fucking. At that point, it's like this should have never happened. Moment. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter if that it was caught on camera. It's just like Penguinzo's a big time Tate fan, bro. Why you watching him? Tate is in prison because Romania government is corrupt. Stop spreading misinfo. Yeah, he loves Andrew Tate. You're right. Um, it's just like I don't know. Some people need lobotomies, brother. I don't know what else to say about it.
to her, he was also arrested. But she hasn't posted anything about the individual or the arrest yet because clearly it's an ongoing and very sensitive case. But she did post the CCTV footage from the event, so I'll go ahead and show you the raw footage of it. Goober alert, goober alert. He tries to put on like a disguise here, so he's got a mask and a hat pulled down real low, but it's pretty inefficient because it still looks like he's got some patchy ass mutton chops there. So I'm pretty excited to see his mugshot to see what he looks like, though I can already wager a guess that it's not pleasant. So this little worm sets up the arson cupcake and lights the birthday candle and waddles away, and it engulfs the car in flames. This does not appear to be his first rodeo with arson. He was very casual about the whole thing. It also appears that this was premeditated. He traveled 700 miles with this as his primary goal, to light her shit on fire. Because this doesn't appear to be a contraption that he just MacGyvered together with like fucking sticks, glue, and spit. This appears like he traveled with all the materials he'd need to commit arson. Though I'm not an expert, I'm just speculating. Obviously, this whole thing is pretty traumatic, not only for justfoxxi, but her family. I mean, like she mentioned, the flames did spread to the house, and the mom and animals were in the house at the time that all of this went down. So, just a really scary situation overall.
I just never thought that when I started streaming back in 2015 that something like this would ever happen to me.
It is super sad. It is something that most people aren't going to think about when they start streaming, because I imagine most people, myself included, go into a stream assuming that everyone that's watching them is just there to be entertained and not.
This is a good question. How can you not reflect even one time during a 700-mile drive? Like how the fuck? How the fuck do you drive for 700 miles and not for even a second go, maybe I should turn this car around? What the fuck am I doing in my life?
Nothing further. Everyone's, mentally stable. There's not going to be any kind of fishy business or anything weird afoot. But unfortunately, it's just becoming more and more common for viewers to form this parasocial relationship with the content and the
Dumbass got stuck.
creators that they enjoy watching. And I think that plays a large part into a situation like this, where that parasocial relationship becomes an obsession. And then it becomes a stalker. And then it becomes this. and it's fucking scary. By no means is it just Foxy's fault. Unfortunately, this has happened a couple of times in the past. Like Amaranth, a little while back, had a stalker in a similar situation where the stalker drove fucking, tons of miles to her house and lit her trash on fire to try and burn down her house. Literally just like fucking cremate the place she lives. Somehow that would work in his favor so they could live happily ever after or some shit. It's deranged. It's scary. Amaranth also had another stalker that sold all of his worldly possessions on the other side of the world, literally gave away all of his corporeal belongings so that way he could move closer to Amaranth so he could stalk her more efficiently. It's fucking scary. There are people like that, unfortunately, on Twitch, and I feel like a lot of people outside of the streaming space don't really understand that. So I want to tackle a couple of conspiracies that have sprouted up from this whole situation because somehow Twitter brainrot found a new way of shocking me with the stupidity. There were a lot of people claiming that this is all baloney. This is a bunch of nonsense mumbo jumbo. She's faking everything. There were people just outright denying that the CCTV footage was even real. They were literally covering their eyes and plugging their ears, like acting as though the CCTV footage doesn't exist of the guy literally burning her car down. So I don't even know where to start. You are too far gone if you think that this is somehow CGI or deep faked. That's ridiculous. And then the next big conspiracy theory is that it's all an insurance scam from justfoxxi, which is a crazy take. Because for the insurance scam to have worked here, she would have shot herself in the foot by filming it because now there is a person there. There is a person in the footage, and that person has been arrested, according to justfoxxi. And if this was all an insurance scam, that guy would squeal. He would absolutely be like, she paid me to do it, this is all just an insurance scam. Like, everything would crumble. It would be a terrible insurance scam idea to film your own insurance scam, which is why insurance scammers usually don't want the video evidence. Like, that's usually what unwinds and untangles a scam like that. So that would be a crazy plot twist if somehow this was all an insurance scam, because there would be so many things wrong with that theory. And then the other thing I keep seeing from people, which absolutely shows me the majority of the internet is actually 9 years old now, is them saying like, why does she care? She's got insurance. She'll just get the car right back, or, things like that. What do you mean? Does insurance also cover the trauma of having a complete stranger go and set your shit on fire in the middle of the night and nearly kill your mom and dog as well? Like, what are you talking about? Even if insurance does cover the cost of the car, that doesn't take away the entire situation. That doesn't just erase the memories like a neuralizer from Men in Black. Like, that doesn't solve the situation. What the fuck? Like, you'd probably cry if somebody, like, came over and took a fucking Cheeto out of your bag of Cheetos that you're eating right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense to try and write off this whole situation. Like, who cares? Insurance is there for a reason. It's so fucking stupid. People are so desperate for everything to be an argument, or so desperate to feel special and intelligent, like I'm the only galaxy brain that was big enough to piece together the real puzzle behind the scenes. This is not a clear-cut case of arson.
I'm not shocked that people look to even this situation to be like, I'm sure there's another reason for this. You know what I mean? There's never... It just always works this way. This is like conspiracy-minded fucking misogynistic weirdos who are just like, no, there's got to be a different reason for this. Like, yeah, in the real world, misogyny isn't real. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen like that.
And like everyone seems to think. It goes much deeper than that. And then vomiting out the dumbest fucking ideas ever. It's just infuriating because on the video she posted about it, the comment section is an absolute mess. Pyrocynical made a video about this just recently, and he pointed out a lot of the comments, so I went to check, and there's even more now. Like, the video is heavily disliked with her just sharing her experience with this very awful event that happened to her. And there's so many people just saying she deserved it for being on Twitch, or it's all just a lie, it's ridiculous, you won't fool me. It's so fucking...
There's also, like, a big wave of just, like, fuck streamers going around, which is understandable. Like, I remember a time when, like, YouTuber was, like, a new concept. I'm old. And everyone was, like... Everyone thought YouTubers were despicable, and then new kind of content came around, and then people started hating whoever, like, they hated Viners. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, yeah, I fucking hate Viners. Now, obviously, there's a consistent thread here. She's a woman on the internet, so she's going to get a lot of fucking hatred regardless. But right now, it's streamers. People, I think, were closed indoors for a long-ass fucking time. And they watch a lot of streamers, and now they just fucking hate streamers. they will inevitably move on to TikTokers, and streamers will come across like normal people. I'll give you an example. Okay? I'll give you an example of this. I see it all the time. There's a fucking dude who's on TikTok who hates me. Okay? We have similar perspectives, but he fucking despises me. And now that motherfucker's on Twitch, streaming on Twitch. And I see it, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. And now, inevitably, he's going to get his fucking ass cheeks clapped by the same fucking weirdos that were behaving in the same exact capacity. He was one of those weirdos back in the day. Now, he's getting hatred from the same fucking weirdos. That's how it always goes, baby. That's how it always works. Okay? All these people who are like, dude, I fucking hate streamers, they all want to become Twitch streamers themselves. Okay? They all ultimately want to do like, no, it's not Sean the Black, you fucking weirdos. Okay? Anyway, I'm not going to name names. It doesn't matter. There's a million of them, so you're not going to know who the fuck I'm talking about. But what goes around comes around. Okay? What goes around comes around. Don't forget that. Okay? Anyway, it is funny to me though. But it is funny. I see it. I notice it. I don't say anything. And I hope that people don't shit on them in the same way that they fucking shit on me. Okay? But it will come. It will happen. Now, I get why I think that I went on a tangent that's like irrelevant a little bit because I'm petty. But my point is, I think people are currently just shitting on streamers because they hate everything that that era of their lives remind them of. You know what I mean? Like they hated COVID. They hate all the bad feelings they had, feeling secluded, feeling alienated, feeling socially isolated. And they certainly hate, having to be indoors and whatnot. And what did they do during that time? They watched a lot of fucking Twitch streams. Okay? They watched a lot of Twitch streams. So Twitch streamers now basically fucking remind them of that time that they went through. So they just like fucking despise. They're like, oh fuck, I hate these guys. I hate who I was and what I did during that time. That's what I speculate. Twitch streamers are annoying though. Yeah, I know, but every content creator is fucking annoying, dog. What do you mean? Like, it's so stupid. My point is everybody always singles out Twitch streamers and be like, Twitch streamers suck. They're so fucking stupid. Who the fuck watches Twitch streamers? And I'm like, I don't know. Who the fuck watches TikTokers? Like, it's the same shit. We're all doing the same shit. Who the fuck listens to podcasts? You could say that about any kind of fucking medium, okay? Say that about any medium. All mediums have their fucking annoying, shitty content creators, okay? And same goes for Twitch. Same goes for TikTok. Same goes for podcasts. It's just stupid. And I think part of the reason why a lot of people, like I said, why are Twitch streamers getting singled out? I think it's because of how this platform's popularity skyrocketed during COVID. And it requires you to be kind of a shut-in or at least spend a shitload of time indoors for you to like able to perfectly enjoy this kind of thing. I think some people hate streamers because they hate their own job and see the relative freedom and creativity that streamers have in their own job, so they get jealous. No, I've talked about this a lot. That definitely is the case, but that definitely is a factor. But there are so many jobs like that in the entertainment side. The only thing is, streaming is accessible. Streamers are accessible. That's what it is. Nobody fucking has this kind of disdain for, Hollywood celebrities. Nobody has this kind of disdain even for podcasters. You are making fun of. Everyone makes fun of those people too. You're just hyper aware of it because you are a Twitch streamer. You aren't getting singled out. You sound like a Christian right now. No. First of all, we're not getting singled out. Do not misunderstand me. I'm saying it's the wave right now. That's it. And it will inevitably pass, and they will move on and turn around and start. They will turn around and start shifting their attention to whoever the next wave of content, where the next wave of content is coming from. And also, that isn't the reason why this happened to this lady or the reason why this happened to this female streamer It's not because there's a wave of like anti-streamer sentiment on Twitter, which is hilarious because like Twitter is another platform. You're trying to make content that's entertaining in text form. Because she's a woman as well. 100%. That's the reason why people are so that's the reason why people are like not seeing her as like a full human being with feelings and whatnot. I'm not even talking about the psycho stalker. I'm talking about the reception of her plight online. I think it's because it's been brought to the forefront of people's minds how much top streamers make and how fun and easy they make it look. Then we all realize how miserable we are. Then when streamers complain, we stop seeing them as people and just entitled pricks. We be jealous as non-streamers. Yeah, but it's accessibility. There is not enough money in this space yet to make Twitch streamers look like real fucking celebrities in the same way that like YouTubers are considered kind of closer to real celebrity status. So you just kind of, no matter what happens through social conditioning, you look at people in the entertainment sector and you perceive them as like valid and you perceive them as like deserving of their wealth, kind of. You know what I mean? But e-celeb is bullshit. You know, I am bullshit. I'm not like a real celebrity. I'm not. I would never think that. I don't think I'm like an actually famous person. Ninja. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about Ninja. My man's at XQC. Brother, I hate to break it to you, but being popular on this platform does not translate to being popular like anywhere else. And it's not me saying that. XQC would say that.